Hey guys, welcome back to Clash with Corey. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also, if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave those in the comments section below because I do my best to answer all of those. I'm here with you today to recap the war that just ended today between WHF and Hive, two very well-known clans in CWL Invite. We're in Season 5 right now, and this was the final placement war, kind of the preseason, if you will. So we came out on top this time. It was a really close war until the very end. So, don't let that 3-star difference fool you. It was a nail biter all the way up till maybe the last 20 minutes when our Town Hall 12s really came through. You know what I mean? If you look at the stats there, let's start with Town Hall 10v10s because that's how the war starts nowadays in Invite. No more Town Hall 9s. Starts with Town Hall 10s now, and we went 20 for 46 for a 43% hit rate. Not horrible, but we'll definitely be looking to get that up during the regular season. And they actually had a little bit better 10v10 hit rate than us. They went 21 for 48 for a 44% hit rate, so 1% better than us. Cleared one more 10 than we did. Then we go to 11v11s. We went 6 for 17 for 35% hit rate. And that could have been better. We had, I think, our first 4 Town Hall 11 attacks were all like 95 or 97% fails, just heartbreakers. They were able to bounce back from that rough start and clear 6 of those Town Hall 11s. To get on the other side, beat us by just a skosh on that percentage. They also cleared 6 Town Hall 11s, and they did it with 1 fewer attack on 16 attempts. Then we go up to the Town Hall 12s, and you're going to see where we started to break away. We had Wise Man come in and 6-pack 2 of their Town Hall 12s. Just phenomenal job with the 12v12 6-pack there. And the rest of our Town Hall 12s as well. Perfect on dips. That was another decider in this war. We went perfect on dips this war, And, 11v10, that could be, not too hard to do, but the 12v11 dips are a little bit more difficult than the 11v10 dips, in my opinion, at least from what I'm understanding so far. So, going perfect on those dips really helped us out as well. You don't see that stat up on the screen, but we went 5 for 5 on 12v11 dips, and they went 4 for 6 on 12v11 dips. Although one of those dip fails not their fault. They had a wall record glitch. We're going to highlight that in just a minute because we really want to get on Supercell to get this fixed. We can't be having competitive wars decided by that. This one's a 3-star difference. I don't think would have made a difference this time, but we definitely want them to get that fixed before we get into the regular season, especially before we get towards the end of the season. So with that, let's go ahead and get into some replays. I got 7 awesome attacks for you today. I got one of Wise Man's 12v12 triples. I'm going to bring you 3 Town Hall 11 triples and 3 Town Hall 10 triples as well. Just like I mentioned before, I definitely want to show this wall record glitch. In case you guys haven't heard about it, I want to draw some attention to it. Supercell's probably not going to see my video, but if any of you guys know somebody over there, you know what I mean, have their ear more than I do, you know what I mean, let's alert them. Look at that wall record. It's going to go past that flag, and it's going to get stuck on that single wall piece. You're going to see the golems are breaking away. It's not breaking that wall piece. It's not going around it. It is just stuck. No fault of the attacker whatsoever that this wall record decided to glitch out, but you better believe that ruined his attack. That was his entry plan, you know what I mean? Of course it ruined the attack. That was supposed to break into the wall, jump in deeper. I've had it happen to me. I made a video about it about a week ago. Actually, I've had it happen to me twice. Not fun. I was not happy when that happened. And, I love Supercell. I love this game. I have nothing negative to say about them. Probably never will, but I'm definitely hoping that they catch the attention of this and get this fixed before we get into, regular season CWL. That's what I would love to see, especially before we get into the finals. So with that, we're going to go ahead and get into our 3-star attacks. We're going to go with Wise Man on number 2 first. He had an awesome attack on number 1 as well. We got Carbon Fin in our clan that also did a recap on this war. I'm going to put a link to his video down below. If you guys want to see some more attacks from this war after this video, he's got some excellent ones in there as well. So I'll put the link for that video in the description to this one. So Wise Man's coming in here with Sui Lalo, 40 loons in this composition. Only 2 hounds. I don't remember exactly what he has in that blimp. Might have another hound in there. We're going to see in a minute. Now, a lot of times on these Sui Lalos at Town Hall 12, we're seeing the heroes suicided for the Town Hall. And as you can see from the layout on this one, that's not an option. So he does not have the option to get rid of that Giga Tesla with the heroes. So, you know, he just plans it a little differently. You'll see how it goes. Get some really good value from the heroes there. Able to get that queen kill with the Sui heroes. Huge value there. And carve out a nice little chunk of that base as well. Also looks like you must have got an air defense on that Sui as well. Alright, and just coming in heavy from that whole side of the base. Definitely looks like a spam deployment, but I can guarantee you that he knew exactly how many loons he was dropping in each of those spots. So the Warden ability covers the loons through the core of that base, and they're going to cover it for that Giga Bomb blast too. Just barely, but they cover it. So that Giga Bomb, when it goes off, when that Town Hall goes down, doesn't take out a ton of those loons. And as a result, he's going to have a ton of loons up at the end of this raid. Zoom into this a little bit. Crushes this base. That's, I don't know, 20 loons? I'm going to say that's about 20 loons left. Wrecks this base. Excellent attack from Wise Man on that one. Now we're going to get into Town Hall 11 triples. We're going to take a look at Muffin's Queen Charge Lalo on number 6. And if you're wondering why we're seeing a lot of Queen Charges, it's because base builders have caught up with the wall wrecker entries. You know what I mean? So the first thing base builders are doing now are trying to defend that entry with single target infernos, tuck the queen in there deep, tuck the eagle away from there, so that you're not going to get that huge. You're not going to get enough value on a wrecker entry a lot of the times in these new meta bases. But as a result, that really opens them up to queen charges on the back end, and Muffin's going to take advantage of that here. Zoom in a little bit here on this chart. Gets his first rage down. Brings some wall breakers in for that first section there. It is a hound in the CC, so gotta take a little bit of time to kill that. Brings in a wizard behind the queen just to help get through that hound quicker, and also to help get through those pups quicker as well. Got the king going down on the other side, cutting that side of the funnel to make sure she walks in there in the base, and he's sending in a Coco Loon as well to clear any black bombs that could be taken out as healers on that. Gets his next group. Ooh, he got a test wall breaker in there on that second layer, and it's a good thing because there was a giant bomb there. He knew that because I believe this was a third try on this base for us, and Muffin finally is the one that pulls it off. He's got the eagle down at this point, going to take out the enemy queen pretty soon. Goes in and pops the warden ability to get the enemy queen down. She decides to walk over to that expo. That's fine. Now she's walking back the way she's supposed to go. And she does still have her ability as well. So he's going to start his air. But he's probably going to be popping that ability pretty soon. Let's go ahead and zoom back out so we can catch this air deployment. Sure enough, she goes ahead and pops her ability and grabs a little bit more value. But he's already flying from the other side of the base. Really got some great value on that charge. Took out, gosh, it almost looks like half the dang base. Coming in with a really nice, yeah, kind of a rotational Lalo. Misses some of those Teslas at the start. That's unfortunate. So a couple loons have to backtrack in there. Oh, he's got all spells down at this point. They're having to fight that sweeper. Kind of a close hit, but you know what? Look at that warden in there. Doing a little warden walk. Oh, man. So at this point, he's coming into a back-end air defense. It's close. You know what I mean? It's a little close, but he's got more than enough to get through that air defense. And the base is wrecked. All right. Let's go in. Our next hit is going to be Hex on number 7. Now, this is the only one that Carbon also had in his video, but once I saw it, this attack, I had to put it in mine too. So this is the only attack that you're going to see in both videos. Other than that, if you go over to his video, all the rest of the attacks he's going to show are going to be different than the ones in this one. This is really cool. Oh, what? It's just a queen walk into a bowler witch attack. Yeah, kinda, until you see what he does at the end. So just kind of starts as a standard queen walk over there. Because warden with the queen, funnels the right hand side, so she walks to the left there. Might times 2 this just a little bit. Get through this long walk. Pretty standard, kind of slow. Has a bowler in on the left-hand side. Start cutting in that side of the funnel. Sends in king with some witches. Really cut in that side of the funnel. He's just going to send his king down that side of the wall. Because it takes out the enemy king with it. He's bringing in wall breakers. Break into the space. He's got 3 jumps in this army composition. 3 jumps and 3 rages. First jump is down. So he's got that funneled well. So all those bowlers are going into the core. At this point, he's got a bunch of bowlers running into the enemy CC there. So he goes in and pops the warden ability. Save those bowlers from the heavy damage. They're not tanky. They really can't take much damage at all. So gets the second jump down and a rage. Get through that backside inferno and look at on the right hand side there. He's got a blimp coming in to this last section to take care of the single target inferno. He has a rage down, max loons pop out of it, take out that entire inferno compartment right there, and then they're going to go on out and they're going to keep wrecking defenses after that. So he had a good plan for this base, just didn't know how to deal with that inferno compartment, didn't have a way to path to it. Boom, threw a blimp in there with some max loons, raged him up, and crushed through it. Amazing attack. Excellent unconventional use of the siege machines. So, you know, it pays to think out of the box. It really does, you know. They could be used in a lot of different ways other than just the standard, you know, and Hex really puts that on display here with an excellent attack. Now we're going to show Nicogram on number 9. Hits it with a queen charge hog attack. Tried to get a little bit of variety in here on these attacks. Starts it out by sending a couple hogs in there. I think he was trying to take out that archer tower and doesn't quite get it done with 1 bowler and 2 hogs. Let's see how he recovers from this. Sends in 2 more hogs to take care of it. Finally it goes down, so those goblins are able to get some of that funnel going over there. And now she's going to walk the right way up towards noon. Some excellent thinking on the fly from Nicogram there. Sometimes your plan for the funnel doesn't work, you know what I mean? You gotta have a backup plan, or at least, you know, think of one real quick if you're in live on the attack, you know. So he does an excellent job of improvising there to make sure that funnel gets established, make sure that queen walks the right way. So King actually hops inside the base on this one. Always kind of a nice surprise when that happens usually, because he can do a lot more tanking. A lot of times he'll save you a rage on your queen, or at least delay it. Unfortunately, he missed that rage, or he was just trying to get the king in it, so he does have to pop his warden ability, save his queen there. So definitely a messy charge, but man, he did really good under pressure and getting those objectives down anyways, even though it obviously didn't go exactly to the way he planned it. So he's got a backside wall wrecker in there, doing a little bit of tanking for some of those point defenses and carrying some max hogs in it as well. So the queen does go down, and he's going to get a healer switch on this. This is one of the advantages of the queen charge hog attack over the queen charge Lalo. When your queen dies on a queen charge Lalo, you really don't have any value out of the healers there, other than maybe dragging them across the base with an archer to clear some traps. When your queen dies on a queen charge hog attack, you place your hogs in the right spot, you're going to get a nice healer switch, and you're going to get some more advantage from those healers healing up those hogs. And that's what allows him to get through this base. It's a close one. You know, it's not a crush. It's definitely down to the last minute. And without that healer switch, I don't think he's getting it. So it worked out really, really well. You know, good example of these, you know, you plan out these attacks and sometimes this stuff doesn't go right. A lot of times stuff doesn't go right. You know, it just kind of depends on how much you practice and how much experience you have, how good you are under pressure. And Nicogram is good under pressure. So with that healer swap, the hogs are able to get through the rest of that base. Of course, he's got his cleanup down immediately after the hogs. He's already got cleanup down, so he's got enough time to get the triple. Excellent attack by Nicogram. And that puts us down into Town Hall 10 attacks. I'm going to go to number 17 here. Hit by Lex. It's going to be a Queen Charge Lalo. Kind of an interesting charge here. He only brings 4 healers. You know, and he's only going to use 1 rage on this charge. You know what? I don't think he planned to only use 1 rage, but he just got to the point where he realized, you know, I don't really need another rage for my queen. I'm not going to get that much value, so he saved it for the Lalo portion. So uses the king to tank a little bit for the queen and also to clear that side of the funnel because she's going in right onto an air defense. He has to delay those healers until that air defense is almost down. Otherwise, it's going to target those healers. So he delays them, and sure enough, his healers haven't been touched yet. Gets in his second layer wall break. CC is drawn out. He's going to get a poison down on there. Now at this point, the queen really doesn't have much point defenses on her. Just 1 archer tower. And there was no Valks in that CC, so he does not need a rage to get through it at all. So now she's being targeted by a couple point defenses, but she starts targeting one of them, so she's not going to need a rage yet for that either. Remember, he's only used 1 rage on this attack. And she's really taking those defenses on 1 by 1. You know, no need for a rage yet. So she's going to step up and encounter the enemy queen. He's going to pop the ability, and just like I said, he's going to save that other rage for the Lalo portion. So he's got 3 hastes, 2 rages, and a heal to get through this Lalo. And he's already gotten excellent value out of that queen charge. He's taken out 2 wizard towers. He's taken out 2 air defenses. He's taken down the enemy queen. And he's left a nice, really nice little C shape or L shape through the rest of this base. Really excellent pathing for the rest of his loons. So has haste in on the edges and a rage down in the core. Coming into those 2 wizard towers. Gets that heal down. Great placement there. They're fighting that sweeper a little bit, but he's going to be patient because they are sitting in a heal, so there's really not much that can happen to him. Finally gets that rage down to get through that sweeper and that wizard tower. Finally at the very end of this raid, both of those hounds pop. Couldn't have been more perfect. You want those hounds to pop so those minions clean up the base, or lava pups, excuse me, and right at the end of the raid they pop. So they tank through the whole base, finally hit a couple black bombs, and then pop. Crushes this base, not even close. I mean, it was a queen chart, so we didn't even have that many loons to start with, really, but I think he had most all of them left at the end of this raid. Excellent triple from Lexnos. Next one we got going to be Mango's hit on 32. And, you know, it's a Queen Walk minor hit. I thought it was interesting because I don't remember what it got hit with first, but it was a hound in the CC. And we had a fail on it. And I looked at the base and I thought about minoring it. And I was looking at, you know, kind of doing it lengthwise, you know what I mean? And I thought, man, I'm going to be ending on 2 bomb towers, 2 wizard towers. I don't want to minor it. Mango saw it and had a completely different read. He noticed that there was not that much point defenses in that bottom corner. Great area to run a really small queen walk. Only 3 healers on, or only 3 healers needed. That gives you a little bit more space to bring a few more miners. So he's going to walk his queen in on that side. Nice and slow, real patient. Not going to use a rage on her or nothing. And she's going to get in there and really shape this base nicely. Take out that section. And also going to take out that bomb tower and wizard tower as well. Now, the plan was to have the miners pull the hound, and the hound to stay with the miners, so it never contacts the queen. Unfortunately, as that hound comes out, the miners go underground and target towards the queen's archers, so the hound unfortunately comes straight out to the queen. Doesn't matter, she's going to chew through it, clear it. She really doesn't have much point damage coming in on her, and so she's going to be just fine. She's going to survive the raid, I believe. She's got miners coming in from the other side. Use that wall wrecker at an angle where it can really tank through them through the whole base. See, as those miners go under, a lot of those point defenses will target that wall wrecker. And then when the miners come back up, it's still targeting the wall wrecker. So it really gives them a lot of tanking throughout that whole base. And this base is crushed. Even though that queen stopped and got stuck on the hound, doesn't matter. She already got plenty of value. Look how many miners he's got left up. There's a troll Tesla up there on top. plenty of time, lots of miners. I don't know, 20 miners maybe? 20 miners left up. Definitely crushes it. So had a really good look on he had a really good look on this base, something that I didn't see. And an excellent attack. All right, so our last hit we're going to show is going to be Golly Sui Lalo hit on number 34. It's another cleanup hit. We knew there was a hound in the CC, and I'll be honest, we had a hard time minoring this base. I don't know what it was about its trap locations. Seems like every time a heel would get dropped, a Skelly would draw the miners out of the heel off to some other section into another giant bomb. Just one of those bases that for some reason seems to defend miners really well. And Golly said, well, I'm not going to miner it then. I'm going to Sui Lalo it. So he sends in a blimp with max loons to try and get, he honestly only thought he was going to get one of those air defenses, and they go in and clutch that second air defense as well. It really gives plenty of time for his king and queen to focus on getting down Wizard Tower, Tesla, Cannon, and Archer Tower. Goes and pops his king ability. Queen's going to behave. She's going to go in and get that cannon, which improves pathing a little bit. And she's going to roll back out, and I believe she gets that Archer Tower as well. Sure enough. So, excellent value already for just a blimp and a couple of heroes. Really did a nice job shaping the base, and he's going to crush this Lalo. Gets his entry point hasted in there, and starts with the loon drops. Now, they're back pretty far from defenses, so he does drop the loons before the hounds. Just gives the hounds a little bit more time so the loons get in there closer behind him. Doesn't leave them naked in there getting hit on by the air defenses. So times it really well. Gets a Skelly spell down on the queen with a rage over it. Make sure it gets through her quickly. And I think the loons got her as well. She was dead really, really fast. So, and he's also got a heal for this backside. He's got so many different groups of loons coming into this backside. Honestly, I think he might have had it without the heal even. He had so many different loons coming in from so many different directions. I don't think that Wizard Tower would have been able to keep up. But he's still got a hound up at the end of this raid. And, you know, already had his cleanup down, of course. So plenty of time to finish it out. Go ahead and times 4. All right. So that's what I got for you guys tonight. I hope you guys liked the video. It was a really fun war. One Hive's an excellent clan. Usually we know when we're going up against One Hive, they're going to have some really interesting and difficult bases. So always look forward to the challenge of that. Good game, One Hive. Look forward to facing you again next time. And I'll see you guys in the next video.